Hey everybody, welcome back to Royal Tarot Readings. This is my fun channel that I do for tarot readings on the royal family. All information presented in this video is for fun and entertainment purposes only. It's fun. It's tarot. I'm just a gal with cards. Well, thank you so much to everyone for your well wishes. I got my thyroid biopsy results back and everything is benign. Thank goodness. I know many of my psychic and tarot viewers have been telling me, don't worry, it's all going to be okay, and you were right. So thank you so much. I was really worried about it, but everything's just fine. So, and my voice is just fine. It was a little hoarse at first, but everything seems to be back to normal. So let's take a look at His Majesty King Charles's trip to Canada coming up next week. Now, I don't know why the Knights Templar Tarot wanted to be used. I thought that was so interesting. Because it's so medieval. So I thought, what an interesting deck to want to be used for this reading. Now, I'm not going to ask any specific questions. I just, whatever the tarot wants to tell us about the trip that's coming up next week. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I hope you guys are doing well. This weekend happens to be in the U.S., Memorial Day weekend. The last Monday of the month of May is Memorial Day. And, you know, we recognize and in memory of all those who have died in service for the country. So that's what Memorial Day is all about, and it is a 3-day weekend. So if you are celebrating, then I hope you have a wonderful weekend. If you're not celebrating, I hope you have a wonderful weekend anyway. All right, so let's take a look at the King's trip to Canada coming up next week. 7-card spread. What does the tarot want to tell us? We've heard a lot of rumors, and I'll tell you about them after I shuffle. How is the trip going to be for the King? Ooh, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Catherine doesn't want him to go. How interesting. The Empress. That might be Camilla. All right, let's see. How is the King's trip going to go? What's going to happen? What does the tarot want to tell us about the King's trip coming up next week to Canada? I know Canada's probably excited about seeing him come. I think it's going to be his first trip as monarch, and he's going to be there to open Parliament. Oh dear, the Emperor in reverse. There's the King right there. You know, I tend to pre-shuffle right before I put the cards in the bag, and this also flipped out, except it was upright. All right, there's the King right there. All right, 8 of Swords, being in a trap, okay? All right, I think these cards, one flip over there, yep. King of Cups. Well, there's Prince William. It could also be the King himself as in his own element, not as King. But it could be Prince William as well. Wow, okay, these cards are ready. Oh dear, that was total ruin. I saw that one. Okay. All right, let me just go ahead. I guess they're ready. I will just go ahead and cut. They're like, you don't have any questions? Just cut. Okay, got it. 7-card spread. The King's trip to Canada next week. How is that going to go? What's going to happen? All right, underlying energy is the Lovers. Oh, my goodness. King of Pentacles in reverse and the 7 of Pentacles. All right. All right, the Lovers in these royal readings usually represents Harry and Meghan. All right, so the rumors are, and this is from Kinsey Schofield and Neil Sean, 2 different sources have said that Harry may try to surprise the King. And this card is indicating they both may try to show up or contact the King while he's in Canada. All right, then we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. This represents a wealthy man who's no longer in power. I don't read it yet as Prince Harry because he's not a King of Pentacles yet. In reverse, he could be, but this is a man of power who's no longer in power who may try to contact the King or may influence the trip in some way. I don't know if that's Justin Trudeau. But it is a man who was formerly in power who is no longer in power. And 7 of Pentacles, waiting on a return for your investment. So the King is going, of course, to open Parliament, and I think he wants to just make a strong showing to emphasize that he is invested in Canada. He wants Canada to understand that they are part of the Commonwealth. He is invested in them, and he wants that to be very apparent. But interesting, the Lover's card. All right, we'll see how this reading goes, and if we have to clarify the Lover's card, we will. All right, first card, what does the tarot want to tell us about the King's trip to Canada coming up next week? Eight of Swords, there's that trap card again. He's feeling trapped in some way. I don't know if he wanted to make this trip, but he feels trapped in doing something he doesn't want to do, or that he feels like he's a martyr in some way or victimized in some way. He's feeling a little bit trapped in something that he wants to do that is unpleasant for him. Interesting. Okay. What does the tarot want to tell us next about the King's trip? Knight of Wands. Well, this is about traveling, about being on a journey. He is on a journey, and he's actually gathering information too. You're out feeling your way through things, kind of seeing what the temperature is. I think he's trying to figure out what the Canadian people are thinking. This may be a fact-finding mission for him as well. And somehow the Lovers are going to get in the way. King of Pentacles is going to get in the way, but he is very determined to try to have a return on his investment. It's a fact-finding mission for him, though. All right, what else does the tarot want to tell us about the King's trip coming up next week? Queen of Swords. All right, so the Queen of Swords. What woman is going to be there influencing things? Interesting. So Swords is going to be an air sign. Could be Gemini or Libra, Aquarius. There's a woman who's going to be influencing what he's going to be doing. She's very strong, very forthright. She's going to have some words for him. They won't be mean, harsh words, or that would have been in reverse. But has she got a message to the king? There's going to be a woman who sends a message to the king for Harry and Meghan. You know, it may come through the King of Pentacles, too. He's there to work on his investment in Canada. He's doing something he doesn't want to do. There's some part of his trip he really doesn't want to do, or he feels trapped into doing. And he's doing a fact-finding mission. But there's going to be something that happens with the Queen of Swords in some way connected to Harry and Meghan. Interesting. Okay. What else does the tarot want to tell us about this trip coming up? Ten of Wands. There's a burden. There's something he feels very trapped into doing, and it's a burden for him. This is a real burden for him. Not the trip, not going to Canada, but something he needs to do, or something that will happen in Canada. It's going to be a burden for him. And it's connected somehow to this Queen of Swords and Harry and Meghan. They're going to create this trip's going to be, they're going to interfere with this trip in some way and make it, instead of a pleasant mission to his Canadian citizens, there's a burden coming up. What else does the tarot want to tell us? Two of Wands in reverse. His plans are going to change. This journey that he's on, he's getting some information, and the information he finds out they're going to change his plans. His plans will be changed, and it won't be something he's happy about. I don't know if Harry and Meghan are involved. The King of Pentacles will be involved, and it has to do on he wants to invest, show his dedication to the country, to Canada, but his plans are going to change, and he won't be happy about it. What else does the tarot want to tell us about this trip coming up? King of Wands. I need Mark Carney. What's his sign? Let me look that up real quick. All right, so it looks like he is March 16th. So he's a Pisces. So this is not him. This is not Mark Carney. This probably represents normally this is authority, police, investigations. Oh, okay. So, security. He's going to have a lot of security around him. Ooh. The Queen of Swords may warn the king about something having to do with his security, having to do with make sure security is tight. We need more police. We need more of a not a barrier, but more a buffer around the king and where he's going to go. His plans will change. The queen may warn him. This Queen of Swords is going to warn him about he needs more security. He needs more people surrounding him to keep him away from a threat, is what I'm getting. From the lovers? I think Harry and Meghan will try to contact him through the King of Pentacles. And the Queen of Swords is going to warn him, you need more security. You need to make sure that you check out the people who want to interact with you. How interesting. What else does the tarot want to tell us? The Hanged Man. This is about being stuck. He's stuck with this burden. So this trip is going to be more of a problem for him than he anticipates. Especially where it has to do with the lovers trying to contact him. Through the King of Pentacles. A man who's out of power, but who still has contact with him. Even though the king wants to just invest in the country and show his dedication to the country, he's going to have two things going on. One is his dedication to the country, this service that he's going to perform, but there's something he feels trapped into doing that he's not going to want to do. And they're going to be gathering a lot of information on this trip. This is a fact-finding mission, more so than usual. The Queen of Swords, an air sign woman, is going to warn him about something coming up, a burden that's going to be very important for him to pay attention to. And because of that, his plans are going to change, and he's going to have more security and police around him. And he's going to be stuck in doing something, either doing something he doesn't want to do, or he won't be able to do something he wants to do because his plans are going to change. My goodness, how interesting. Not at all what I expected. All right, well, there you go. Let's see if we can get a little clarification on the lovers. Tarot, can you further define who the lovers are? Oh, well, that was fast. The Chariot? Well, that's Prince William. Could this be William and Catherine? This may be William and Catherine. They're going to try to get a message to him, something that he needs to, information he's going to need, and because of the information, especially William sends to him, his plans are going to change. Wow. What about the Queen of Swords? What can the tarot tell us about the Queen of Swords? What's the Queen of Swords? What can you tell us more information about the Queen of Swords? What is she going to do? Oh, wow. That's too many. What is she going to do? What is her role here? Strength in reverse. It is about Harry and Meghan. This is the Harry and Meghan brand. Strength. And the Page of Wands. Bad news. Okay. All right. So Strength in reverse. Page of Wands in reverse. There's going to be some bad news about Harry and Meghan. She's going to warn them. I thought so. I was just getting such an idea of this warning. There's a threat. You be careful. You need more security. Because it's something to do with Harry and Meghan, and it's bad news about them. William's going to send her a message, and she's going to then relay it to the king. Oh my. Okay, let's do a wrap-up. What a story we've got here. Okay, so the king's trip next week, he's going to feel trapped about doing something. He's going to feel like he doesn't want to do it, but he's locked in. So they're going to be doing a lot of extra fact-finding, much more than they usually do, although they do a lot, of course, because it's the king. But there's going to be more than usual. There are going to be more scouts out there than usual, trying to find out what's going on and where the king is going to be. The Queen of Swords is going to get a message from Prince William. Allegedly, entertainment purposes only. Prince William's going to send the Queen of Swords a message about Harry and Meghan, some bad news about them. She's going to relay that to the king. This is going to become a burden for him. His plans are going to have to change, especially because of this information. He's going to need more security around him. And he's going to be stuck. He's going to be stuck doing something he doesn't want to do. And he's going to feel like, how did I get in this situation? And it seems to be all the tarot is going to tell us at this point. So we'll take it. We'll just see what happens next week. I don't see any danger for the king. I just see more of a stress and burden and emotional distress for him, and having to beef up his security. So we'll see how it goes. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, please like and share. And if you're a subscriber, thank you so much. I appreciate all my subscribers so much. Thank you for hanging in there with me. I'm over the medical stuff, so thank goodness for that. And if you're not a subscriber, well, please do subscribe. And don't forget to click the notification bell so you won't miss another reading. Thanks so much, everyone. We'll see you again soon on Royal Tarot Readings. Bye-bye, everybody.